I'll just grab this one here, just grab it by the leg. That's the way I tend to get them, and I'll put her into the jar. Look at that thing. Oh, that thing is massive and it's horrible looking. Ugh. Thomas isn't looking worried at all. You know why? Because he's seen it all before. Warning, this video contains extremely graphic footage of deadly spiders, which have now become a spider infestation apocalypse. I have got another monster redback nest area found in the backyard. It's more in Mummy's garden and not the children's toys this time. I'm sort of famous on YouTube for using Dyson vacuum cleaners to control spiders. I don't think that's going to help me. My flamethrower definitely might help me in this video. People told me methylated spirits can work. I'm not sure about that. I know products like this are excellent in spider control, but I'm not that big on chemicals, and I've seen the spiders come back after you spray this. I've got a container here to capture things alive because I've got a little spider home now. I've got an Illuminati breather hole there. I know you love to see that. And also this time around I've got a lid that's actually see-through so I can see where the spiders are in that jar. I've grabbed this from my mum's house. This is a brush that we've used, it's probably older than me, to pick up things and control bugs. It may help, but I've also made a custom tool here to help me get into the area where the redbacks are this time. Maybe I should put a patent on that design and I could be a millionaire finally. I've also got some gloves, very important to wear gloves in this procedure. I got some tweezers, I'm not sure whether they're going to help, but most importantly, hopefully I'm prepared. I think I've got enough boogie here to deal with this situation, and what is important to see is the date, and you may get a giggle from this. Yeah, it's Monday the 31st of October, that's Halloween. Well, let's have a quick history lesson here of what's been happening in my backyard. About 3 weeks ago, there was a major infestation amongst the toys here. I haven't seen anything come back yet, but I'm pretty sure in time they will. In amongst Mummy's beautiful garden here, right near the back steps of our house, I know there is a redback in operation there. You can tell by its very random web. And what I can see there is quite sad. It looks like this redback has got this spider here. I'm pretty sure it's a spider. It's sucked it to nothing. Let's take a look. There is that thing there. It looks like it's been killed. What they do is they bite them and they come back later to suck them. This thing's still got moisture in it. I'm going to have to deal with that redback there, but look what it's killed. It's quite large, isn't it? I think that's a spider. I might be wrong. I know my audience will correct me if I'm totally wrong. In fact, the more I play with that, it's got too many legs to be a spider. It'd be a millipede or a centipede or something. Whatever it is, it's still mushy and would have been a nice breakfast for Mrs. Redback. And if I put that there, the ants will come along and have it for a meal. I'm actually thinking I might deal with this spider area right now. I just hope Mummy doesn't see this because her plants are not going to like this. I'll just give it a bit of a flamethrower. Hopefully that's going to get Mrs. Spider. Oh, she's down. I see her. Whoa, she dropped like a lead balloon. I'll just pick her up. Oops, sorry Mummy, your garden's smoking there. But I think it was worth doing because look at the prize that I've got right there. One very nasty, very sick redback spider. Horrible things. Absolutely disgustingly horrible. So I've got an extra special treat for the ants. There you go guys, you're going to love me now. Using this flamethrower is fantastic. It seems to be very, very effective. It kills the spiders very fast. You're not using chemical in a sense, but the heat can kill plants, and maybe it's not going to be effective for my next problem area. Well, hopefully that area is sorted and clean for a little while at least. I will go to the next problem area, and it's chronically bad. I only found it really because I've just mowed the lawns, and I said to Mummy, you'd be very careful out here. She does a lot of gardening in this area because it's her garden. And I saw some webs that sort of painted the story of a huge problem amongst those tubs there. Well, I can see a problem there already. I don't know how many times I've told Mummy, do not leave your gardening gloves on the ground in our backyard because there's a very good chance there'll be spiders in them. Let me sort this out. I've got the perfect thing to check for spiders in those gloves. It looks like this. If there were any spiders in there, I don't think they're going to be around for much longer. Hopefully that's a lesson for Mummy to not leave her gloves on the ground. Well, back to business, and it's going to be very ugly business, I can guarantee to you. I have to be very careful. It looks pretty normal, doesn't it? It's just Mummy's garden, and it is springtime, and things are growing wildly. But also, what's happening in between the tubs is the beginning of a spider apocalypse. Well, there's the ground between the tubs. I can see some dead bugs there. What's that telling me? And if I crawl upwards very slowly, we can see very messy web. I'm pretty sure that's redback. But what is really sickening is, I'm pretty sure up there I can see some redback egg sacs, and multiples of them. And if I pull these tubs apart very carefully, maybe we'll start to see the horror unfold in front of us. I'll start counting. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's another one there, 4. There's a female redback there, strung out in the sun. And I know there'll be other redbacks hiding under the edge of those tubs there. As I explained in the video, hopefully earlier, I've made some tools. I've got Mum's old one, but the one that I've made, I'm hoping this is going to be successful, is quite simple. I'm going to drag this along in there, and hopefully it's going to drag the spiders out. I'm just going to try and come down and grab this female first. Okay, I think I've got it. Put her in the jar. Oh, ugly things, aren't they? In you go. Lovely, in you go. My first prisoner, my prisoner of love, and she is not coming back out. I definitely want those egg sacs. Hopefully there are live spiderlings in this, and that'll give me a very different sort of video, and I'm just going to use that tool there and dislodge them and get them down on the ground. Hopefully I can grab them. And of course there's that one up there. Maybe my little tool's going to come in handy here. I don't want to really break that open. I just want to get it down without breaking it. The fourth one has fallen to the ground there. Look at that. 4 lovely little balls to chew on. So hopefully from this I'll get some live spiderlings. I've done an egg sac opening before, but it has been drowned in water and all the spiderlings were dead. And I'll just get this across. Who knows whether they're full or empty. I don't know how these guys work exactly. Just being very, very careful in the way I pick them up and put them down. Okay, last one. Now what I'm noticing here, these two look pretty fresh. These two on this end, but these two look pretty crispy. What does it mean? So I got rid of the egg sacs there. I've still got to deal with the spider. Spiders are up here somewhere. But what is quite alarming here is it's the same apocalypse happening between every one of these tubs. I'm dealing with the same situation between all of them. What I'm going to try and do is use my tool here, my custom tool, and I'll just bend it up a bit and see if I can drag it along here. We might see a spider drop or something. I'm hoping this is going to work. Okay, just go up to the very end there. This is where I'm going to get bitten by a spider, I know. And I'll just drag it along. And hopefully, award-winning design this, ladies and gentlemen, or fail. Hopefully I'll be able to drag a spider out. Oh, yes! Yes, yes. Oh man, that thing is massive! Look at the size of that! And in fact, apart from that one there, look at on the tool there, there's another one there. 2 giant female redbacks. Oh, well, at least my tool works. I'll just grab this one here, just grab it by the leg. That's the way I tend to get them, and I'll put her into the jar. Look at that thing. Oh, that thing is massive and it's horrible looking. Ugh. Now the other one which is caught up on my wondrous tool here, I hope she's okay. I'd hate her to be injured. No sarcasm in that one, I can tell you, boys and girls. Okay, I've got her. Ooh, and she's got away. Look at her go. That's the thing of these spiders. Don't you crawl into my hand, you beast. In you go. So you're starting to see what I'm up against here, and when they want to, they can move extremely fast. Horrible spiders. Really dangerous, deadly spiders. And I'm not keeping them in the sun. I'm just keeping them in a bit of shade there, but I'm putting on this lid because I know they're good escape artists. The tool I made is actually very effective. I like it over the brush because the brush is black, and if there's a spider on it you wouldn't see it. Nothing else came out of that area, that first bay area there. What I did drag out was a whole bunch of their spider web. What I am worried about is the males might still be around, so I'm going to finish it off with a lick of fire. If I do this nice and quick, I hopefully won't kill Mummy's plants. No guarantee. Okay. Magpie family for this year are scouting around. They might find that other redback that I killed and have it for lunch. I've just done another drag on a tub, and I've actually picked up a different sort of spider. Take a close look at that one. There it is there. I can't ID it. I know the spider experts will do it for me. One thing I'm working out, this tool here is excellent for extracting spiders. There's a nice clear shot of that spider that I've just hauled out, and what I will do is I'll basically, well, he'll become food for my redbacks. I'd hate them to starve. And it gives a new meaning to dicing with death being down there, I can tell you. I think it's safe and clean between those 2 tubs there. I'll move on to this one here, and the other aspect to this area of the garden is down in between the tubs here is normally where you'll find the blue-tongued skink / lizard. Haven't seen them in our backyard for far too long. Coming along with my magic tool here. I don't know how successful I can be trying to video this and seeing what comes out as well. It's just too much to manage, especially when you've got deadly things on the end of it. I wonder who's come out of that. Okay, there is actually something in here. I think it's a redback. Okay. Yep. It looks like I've killed it in the way I pulled it through. It's all got leaky, eh? One dead redback spider. And as I finish off each area between the tubs, I give it a lick of fire to get rid of the males. Well, it's the next set of tubs. It's messy web. I wonder who's going to come out of this one. Maybe my wonder tool can be marketed through Bunnings in Australia. That's like a hardware company. Leo's wondrous redback removal machine. Mind you, I'd be embarrassed charging people to buy something like this. There's another small spider there as well. Could be a redback spiderling. In between those two, I saw a lot of small spiderlings and what I think were male redbacks. I know how to fix them. Yeah. No more spiders! Oh, crikeys, I hope my lettuce is okay. I'd hate to have killed that. Oh, Mummy's going to kill me if it is. Okay, this is the next two tubs. Definitely some troubling web there, and there's some very strange web. If I go in there, up the back there, look at that strange shape there. I don't know who lives in that style of web. I'll try to video this bit because you probably enjoy watching it get dragged along on the mystery of what gets pulled out by the tool there. Monkeys are good at making tools to get insects and stuff. Did you know that? Maybe I'm a monkey. Oh, what have I got there? Oh, yeah, got another one. Yeah. I read back in there. Nice one. Now, I classify this one as a medium-sized female. I don't think she quite liked being dragged by that tool. Don't think she's too well, but I'll put her in this one here with the other deceased redback. The spider looks dead, doesn't it? I can guarantee to you there's lots of life left in this girl here. I think a lot of people get bitten by these thinking they're dealing with a dead spider. If I play with her enough, she's going to feel threatened. So much so she's going to try and run and escape. But she plays dead for a while, and then she will stun back to life. That's the little game these guys play. Be extremely careful with these styles of spiders. Yes, that girl is well and truly alive, and she's going into the pit of peril of the other live ones. And there's that mystery zone down there. I have got no idea what makes a web like that. It's sort of stuck to the side of the tub. Spider experts will know. Mind you, it's about to be flamethrowered. Well, if there's any juveniles or male redbacks in there, there won't be much longer. There's something extremely satisfying about that flamethrower. I know it's very thorough at killing anything in there, and that's what I've got to be thorough here because I really am up against a huge problem. Okay, on to the next gap. One of the children's balls is back down there, but I can see something far more sinister than that. Great big female redback hanging in a web. I'll try and get her out with my super tool. I don't know how much luck I'm going to have. She's going to probably just run. Mind you, she might be having a snooze. She's running upwards, probably gone all out of focus here. Sorry about that. I've just got to try and get her out. Come on, come to daddy. So maybe that furry brush would be better because she will crawl onto the bristles of the brush. Don't like them at all, hey? The way they operate. Don't like them at all. While she's there, I'll quickly grab her by her leg. Oh, damn, she's got away. She's just down on the ground now. I'm going to try and quickly get her with the tweezers. Oh, I think I've got her. I'll get her into the jar. Okay, she's in. Mind you, she's strung a web out and she's trying to escape. Get down, get down. So my collection of redback females is starting to look super awesome, isn't it? You're getting very excited being down there all together. Considering the children's bull was in here, that's how children get bitten by these spiders. So often they'll reach in and get something of theirs, little knowing that there is a great big deadly spider in the same zone. And I'll just put my miraculous scraper tool through here. Who knows what I'm going to drag out. Ooh, just pulled a bunch of web. I can't see any spider. Better put a patent on it, eh? Before someone steals the idea and makes billions. It wasn't too bad. It was just one large female in there. I have seen worse. You know what comes next to clean up the rest of them? Oh, yeah. spiderlings, and males will not survive that. I just hope Mummy's garden does. Well, I'm just seeing something very horrific down in the jar here. We better take a look what's going on. I think there's been a huge brawl between these females. Well, the spiders down in the jar here, they seem to be very brutal. I think that great big one is in trouble. I've got a funny feeling she's been bitten by another redback. These spiders are actually perfect spider killers. In fact, the other spider that was in there, I'm pretty sure it's been bitten, it's dead, and it'll be sucked to nothing soon. Yeah, these spiders are getting very angry now, I can tell you. I do think that they've actually bitten the great big female. They're just going manic. And they don't care about killing one of their own. What a lovely family to be in, hey? Well, this is the last gap between the two tubs, in a sense of the row tubs, but the funny thing about this one, it's a bit different. I can't see any web at all in there, so I highly suspect there are no redbacks. And as we've seen nearly every time, if you see the web, you're going to see the spider. If there is no web, generally, there is no spider. This is clean, I believe, totally clean. But just in case I'm wrong, guess what I'm going to do? Yeah! I like it like that. I like it a lot. I know some of you are going to say, but Leo, you never checked under this area here. I did drag the wire through underneath the handle area there, but I also did something extra. Very simple, it's like this. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that's going to take out anything that is in that handle area there. I'm sure of it. Mind you, Mummy's garden is starting to smoke. That's not a good look. But don't worry, we can water down Mummy's garden and she'll never know any of this went on. Hopefully that's going to mask the heat that I put through here to get rid of the spiders. I tell you what, I don't care if I lose a bit of garden, I just want to get rid of every one of those redback spiders, and I'm sure my audience is going to concur with me. If not, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble from Mummy. It'll be quite funny, and my wife will say, "Did you water the plants today, dear?" And I go, "Yes, I did," and she'll get a surprise. But little did she know, I also firebombed them as well. Well, maybe it's time to move to my workbench and have a bit of a look at those and count up all the redbacks I have inside the jar here. And I know you're going to ask, what about that very first redback you killed in Mummy's garden near the back step? Well, there it is there. The ants haven't come and eaten it like I thought, but let's just grab her for the count. Rightio, let's start crunching some numbers of spiders that have recently been found. Going back basically 3 weeks, there was the infestation in the toys, and that created a spider home for me. Not everything gets killed. Some things are being kept alive, and they're quite curious things to look at, but they are deadly things to look at. This is a spider that was found yesterday. Maybe there'd been a video preceding this one which explains this one here. It's a female. It was also found with the other critter there. A very unusual one because I found it in a spot where I normally don't find these spiders, which does worry me. I mean, the problem I've got is there are so many of these redbacks around, which I think is really, really unusual. I never knew redbacks ate veggies. A bit of carrot there. I think this thing's still alive. It sort of curls up and does that all the time. Who knows, maybe it got bitten by the spider. Uh-oh, now I've got that thing on me. Anyway, that's her. That was yesterday's catch, which wasn't really part of today. And then we've got these two here. I think the one that I'm poking at now was the one that had the flamethrower. That was the very first one I pulled out of Mummy's garden. And then the other one here was killed by that little tool that I used to drag the spiders out of the tubs. Don't be upset by seeing they're dead. There are just far too many of these spiders. I have a major infestation on my hands. And in a strange way to prove that, we've got redback spider eggs right here. Now, I have opened up one of these before, but it had been in water and all the spiderlings were drowned. I don't know the status of these 4 eggs. If we look closer at this one here, it looks like maybe there have been ants attacking this one. Like, the 2 end eggs seem to be different to the 2 in the middle. That's just an observation that I can make there. And if you're struggling with scale, let me put a blueberry in there. A blueberry versus those spider eggs, and well, then you get to see how big or small they are. As for what's inside these spider eggs, that's the $10 million question. Let me see if I can shine a light through one to see what's inside. Well, one thing's for sure, it's very hard to get light to penetrate that egg sac, so I'd hate to think what's inside. And just on size, it is up there with the same size as the other egg sac that I opened up that had all the dead spiderlings, so it really does worry me, this one. The thought of what lies inside here is actually very scary. I'll carefully put it aside and I will open up the spider eggs in another video. So that brings us to our nasty girls in here. Let's take a closer look at these ones, hey? Very carefully, of course. I'll try to pour them out into the lid of the jar. Don't know how successful I'll be. Come on, girls, come and play. Okay, I definitely have gloves on both hands here. There they are in the lid of the jar. I'm pretty sure the one with the big orangey type back on it there, I'm pretty sure it's a pregnant female. I don't know what she's doing with that other female there. But as you can see, they're pretty active. There was that one that was playing dead and it wasn't dead. You have to be just so careful with these spiders. They certainly know how to play dead, but that's part of their survival strategy. You know, some people might think they're pretty. I'll be honest, I think they're pretty ugly. I put something white under this lid section here. Let's do an official count. And there's the little one there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 female redback spiders. I do wonder how much they put up with their own company. I often see them crawling over each other, and I wonder if they bite each other, well, they're gone. I mean, it's a sort of family where you really want to be, you know, friendly to your siblings, isn't it? Or else, you know, your history must be a very, very curious way to live. And Big Mama, she's awesome. She's probably got a great big load of spider eggs in her back there, and she's ready to weave up her egg sac and lay into it. Yes, it's very much a case of don't mess with Big Mother Spider. And as for the rest of them there, well, maybe they can go and live in my spider home. In fact, maybe all of them can go and live in the spider home. If you remember, there was the other spider that I found when I was cleaning up the tubs. I believe that's a wolf spider. Like, I might be wrong. It just has the legs and the look of it, and that is dead. The redbacks have come along and got that spider, but I'm not surprised. I saw them kill one in the spider enclosure. I better give that one back to the redbacks. Okay, this is my beautiful spider enclosure. It's basically, well, 2.5 weeks old, if that makes any sense. There was one male in there. He's very small, scampering around. And 2 large females and 1 smaller female, I believe. They're about to be joined by this group of girls here and that dead whatever spider. It's going to be a real happy party. Here's a poor shot you rarely ever see on YouTube, eh? In they go. I hope they're all in there. There's always one, isn't there? I might have to do a tweezer job with that one. I notice that tends to control them. Mind you, they do string out a web behind them. Get down. Yeah, Mr Stick Spider doesn't know what to do now. He's totally outnumbered. Thomas isn't looking worried at all. You know why? Because he's seen it all before. There's one of them trying to be Thomas the Tank's next driver. What I've noticed of these spiders in this home prison enclosure is that they all will find their own spot. They tend to have their own little area, and I dare say the ones who are in here before will get the huff and puff for the fact there's been more introduced. I've actually lost count of how many redbacks are in there. That is females. There is a male in here, and it's worth taking a look at because the male is small and the male is really hard to see. There he is there. I'm not sure what he's thinking now. All I know is he's in a tank full of females. As for that cricket thing, well, it's turned into a white cricket. Someone can explain that for me, I'm sure. Maybe we can call that cricket there Han Solo. Finally, the Millennium Falcon is getting some interest. So inside this spider enclosure, home prison, whatever you want to call it, there is basically a very, very strange game of nature going on. Those redback spiders, I know they are expert killers. They have no trouble cleaning anything up. Whether they start cleaning themselves up is going to be very curious to see. I'm sure that they will just kill anything to survive, even themselves. Hope you've learned something in this video about redbacks, especially about identifying their webs and controlling them. I better leave this video here. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now.